But go ahead.
The one thing that I just want to talk about, and Luke, make sure I say the name right, pop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us, all this, all that. But eventually, and I know why people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired, and, you know, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people have talked about, like, you know, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quictly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to
love. Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this.
All right, just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues with.
I'm living it right the fuck now.
As I said, I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Y'all overtalk me.
I'm gonna fucking overtalk you because
you're
you're fucking
but you're not gonna disrespect me.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I do.
Love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do. I don't know it, nigga. I do.
I'm good. You don't know what the fuck you living. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know what's happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalized. You can't. No, listen, bro. Let me stop. This is what it is. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody who is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loved all this time. That's what our parents have gone through, and that's why we all so fucked up right now.
You asked, how do we love Black women? Yeah. That's right here. Trust Black women and listen to Black women, because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true either. There's a lot of Black women who don't know how to love.
I'm not talking about what they know how to love. I'm saying what they need as far as the reproduction.
I get that.
We're talking about, that's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up and be accountable, like you said?
Come on, but go ahead.
Okay, so this is the reaction. I'm going to play what caused that confrontation, okay? Give me a second. No, that ain't it. Hold on. God damn, these videos be changing. Give me a second. I don't know why I'm having a problem finding it. Shit. Make sure they like and subscribe, King.
Yo. I see you, Reese, with that Oscar on the table. I see that Oscar behind you, but we're just chilling. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, hit that notification bell to get all the episodes when we drop them. What's going on? That's huge. Is that something you want?
What you looking at?
I appreciate it, fam. I got it.
Your background right there on your countertop.
Oh no, that's for the future.
All right, y'all. I got it. Appreciate you, King, for looking at it, man. Now, this was what led to that altercation, okay?
Any of you Negroes is talking about. And I'm not saying I'm right, but most of this was laid on our parents.
Yeah.
My father was born in 1915. His grandparents were slaves. So it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD. I am 69, be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love. Our parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate Black women. I lived with a psychiatrist, forensics detective, gangster, loving, who's just been patient with me to teach me how to love. I called my buddy, man. I said, I'm fucking up, bro, really bad. So I never been monogamous. So I don't fucking know
What age did you become monogamous?
Today. We don't talk about dopamine being in a pleasant center of the brain. Oxytocin is called the cuddle hormone. So a lot of times we're just talking in generalities. A counselor is going to get inside of this from a real scientific perspective. So when I hurt my girl, which I've done over and over, and I commend her for even being with me, I called one of my partners who was brilliant. He said, when you hurt somebody, where you leave them is where they stay. So I think our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, our people that raised us, it all comes from out of all of that.
One thing that I just want to talk about.
All right, lot to unpack, man. Everybody capping with their 4K camera footage. I see y'all boys. I see we 4K on them boys. And then to Steve did, and what the hell Steve did to his camera. So I showed you the aftermath first. Oh Lord, here goes Steve again. Hold on.
I couldn't hear y'all.
You good, fam? We just messing with you.
Look, there go again.
Yeah, just come out and come back in.
Every time.
Oh, we can hear and see y'all. See you. Okay, so what's y'all thoughts on this conversation, man? Ken, you go first.
Well, that was my first time. That was my first time seeing most of them, getting the whole context of what kind of was going on, because I seen that other clip a lot, but I didn't understand if this was real or acting or roundtable read. I didn't understand what was happening, but this was my first time seeing it. So what my gist is, what I'm getting is that he's saying because of the post-traumatic slavery situation and the way we are in our culture, he's just now figuring out how to love unconditionally and love. And then it seemed like towards the end he started talking about being monogamous, not knowing how to be monogamous, and he's just now figuring that out. The other cat seemed like he's a little bit feminine, and he kind of talking from the woman as if he is a black woman, because what it sounded like, what he was coming from, because it was like, I don't know. It just that's where I'm getting from. So I'm gonna chill back a little bit, just get a little more context from y'all talking, man. To be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I got my opinions on what I'm seeing right now, but I don't want to.
Gotcha. That's fair.
About that like that on this conversation, because I really respect Clifton Powell. Actually, had conversations with him. You know, he was gonna be in a movie that I was gonna direct, so I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear what the whole thing was.
Man, I'll speak on it first.
I ain't gonna lie, I got love for him too, but it seems like sometimes people always try to blame, they try to go the extra mile to blame something else on their problems. You know, you got a problem with, you know, cheating on your girl and stuff. That got nothing to do with your mama and grandma and the other people before you. This is the decisions you're choosing to make in today. Like, that's all. That's just how I feel. But the other dude is super aggressive and coming from it from a whole different aspect as well.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like kind of hesitant, because I agree with you on that. From what I heard with him was like, I didn't think that end part that he said correlated with the ancestors or anything of that sort at all. I kind of get what he's trying to say, like how, you know, like, because that was a big conversation in my family, was like never getting like a hug, like hugs, like physically hugging, you know what I'm saying? Because of the way we were kind of brought up, it was just really hard and you know, in a certain moment in time. So it's kind of like across the nation of black folks, that's kind of been like a thing of like really trying to say I love you or I care or give somebody a hug or have that grace. But to try to blame it on like cheating and not being monogamous with your wife, I don't think that that's the same correlation, especially you being like an actor and you being on movies and stuff. You, of course, you have that access. That's what, you know, you're gonna have women throwing themselves at you and stuff like that. But that comes along with like self-discipline. Now, if you want to say you didn't have a father in your life or you didn't respect your father, because that's usually where you get the discipline from, then we could talk about that, you know, Mr. Powell, you know what I'm saying? But being that you're your age, that's kind of ridiculous a little bit, you know, because there's men your age that's been monogamous for 50, 60 years to their wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what his wife and their dynamic is, what they got going on, because they, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with you, Steve.
All right, so here's my thoughts on it. I think y'all overlooked the whole thing. I think y'all overlooked the whole premise, right? So what happens in conversation sometimes is like sometimes we'll
Hey, can you hear Rockstar?
Yeah, I get
you. Yeah, Jay disappeared too. You come back out and come back in. Steve, just come back out and come back in, and then I'll start. Okay, there they go.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, but hold on, let me.
Yeah, that's what I said. As soon as Kane got through talking, it went out, and I couldn't hear you. I'm like, what the hell?
You good? We good? All right. So,
Yeah.
like I was saying, I think we overlooked the whole premise, right? So, one thing that a lot of us do, and it's purely normal, is when we engage in conversation, especially passionate, intelligent conversation, we may add things in the conversation, but it's not the general synopsis, or it's not the actual topic of the conversation, right? When he brought up the monogamy, that was like an interlude, or that was just an addition, or he was using that as an example of the premise of the conversation. The premise of the conversation was basically, he was just talking about how it took him so long before he actually understood how to love. Now, what happened was, he wasn't blaming nobody. He wasn't he never said one thing about the new generation. He was purely explaining his mindset from the time that he was born, based on what he personally experienced. He even included how his what he said, his dad was born, or dad or granddad was born in 1915. They were actually slaves. He was talking about everything that he saw. He was talking about the racism that he saw and the systematic oppression that he saw. Here's the problem I have with the conversation. When that dude reacted, it's a lot of things that he exposed. One, he exposed the damage that can happen when a single mom raising a boy to be a quote unquote man. Two, he had no respect for his elders. Three, he lacked total understanding of a mature general conversation. Four, his ass sassy, so that he excluded out that automatically voids him. Five, now all of y'all done talked, me and Keenan talked. He know I am a non-excuse guy, right? Anybody that knows me knows that I don't like this old, us having this old we still slaves mentality, right? But here's the problem that I have with the conversation. I would never, ever, ever, ever expect my elders to have, I would never expect them, how can I say this? No, I'm gonna say this. I will never, ever complain about what my ancestors been through. And so when I saw that younger guy talking crazy to Clifton, he was basically disrespecting his elders and everything that they went through. Let me give you a simple example. I say the N-word all the time. My daddy never said it. He didn't believe in it. You see what I'm saying? So am I going to argue with him about the N-word? No. Because his experience with that word was an experience that I never experienced. So he going to feel a type of way about it as opposed to me. I have to respect that, bro. And so what I saw with that youngster is he didn't respect Clifton Powell's lived experience.
At 40 years on it.
Exactly. So he was totally wrong. He was totally wrong because it wasn't about monogamy. He was explaining how you got to think about it, bro. We were the ones. I come from the single mama era. So we were taught to be more soft, more passionate. We were taught to be more loving. We were taught to get more hugs. We were taught to, you see what I'm saying? It's just facts, bro. We're the softer generation. You see what I'm saying? We were spoiled. We were the spoiled generation because our parents didn't want us to have to experience what they went through. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, homeboy done lost his mind. I thought it was very disrespectful. I think when we having conversations with people, I think certain levels of accountability are quite different than who you are. Okay, I'm not gonna hold Clifton Powell level of accountability to the level of accountability I'm gonna hold to somebody in my generation or somebody after me because they have less excuses. My kids have less excuses than I did. I have less excuses than my parents did. My parents had less excuses than their parents did. So that's my thoughts on it, bro. I think he was totally out of line and it was disrespectful. And he showed what's messed up with the new generation.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So, couple things. One, he wasn't thinking straight, trying to come at Clifton Powell like that. You know how that communicates. He'll go. You know what I mean? That actually to go left, right, quick. But
Yeah.
a couple things. Now, like you said, like Clifton got him on 40 years, and Clifton's trying to tell him about his experience and stuff he's been through, which we're supposed to learn from our elders and stuff. Think about this day and age, and not even just currently. Like I'll say, like the last maybe 20 some odd years or whatnot. Like a person not going to care about past experiences or feelings because everybody's so used to getting their experiences and their feelings validated now. I mean, it's like, all right, I'm going through this, so validate this, then maybe I'll see where you're at. You know what I mean? Just the current status of various things just kind of shows that from what I've seen. I don't think Clifton was being out of pocket. I done heard stuff from my elders where I'm like, yeah, I hear you. It don't necessarily apply, but there's a certain amount of respect that, like you said, comes with that. The guy that he was talking to, as soon as he started talking, like you could just see he was talking from some personal experience or whatever he had been through, and he was going to kind of amp up like that because he's speaking to an older black guy. He already probably feels away for various reasons, whatever his personal oppression he feels that he's going through. When Cliff started doing that, he just felt like he wasn't being validated. Just started taking left because you tell me he's like, "Nah, don't over talk me." It's like, kick back a little bit, let this man get his thing out and go from there. That's why it turned up so quick. I don't think Clifton was wrong for what he was saying and whatnot. I don't think he was wrong for cursing him out when it got to that point because now he was being a little, forceful, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, old boy was wrong 100%. I just kind of, as soon as he started talking, I could see why he turned up because, one, they're talking about, how to love black women, this, that, and other. I don't know his sexuality, doesn't really matter, but with that being said, I could, like, his perspective he was coming from, I was like, he's about to say something that just isn't gonna work with the conversation. And like usual, he kind of internalized it, and that's kind of why I think it's spun that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy because when I heard Clifton talking, he wasn't talking from a victim standpoint. He was holding himself accountable. He was saying, "Hey, man, I'm just learning how to love, man." You know what I'm saying? He explained why it took him this long. You know what I'm saying? But then I agree with you, Jay, when he basically, you know what I saw? I'm gonna tell you. You want to know why that sassy bastard responded that way? Now watch this. King J, tell me if you have to make an assumptional guess. Tell me how accurate I may be in that. You want to know what that boy saw across that table when he heard Clifton talking? He saw the daddy he never had.
Mm-hmm.
He saw the daddy he never had, and it triggered him. That's what he saw.
That.
And he was mad.
Yeah. He saw
I
his
think
dad.
either that or just
He saw his dad. He even said that. He said that.
that's why the accountability was so big. Just like, either the man he never had or the man that he never gets accepted by. You know what I mean? As
That
being
too.
a man, that type of thing.
That
You
too.
know, there's a point that I missed on that. The whole accountability thing that they're talking about, like being able to like love at a certain point. I mean, I don't see what Clifton said wrong about that. He said, I'm 69 now, I'm just now really learning how to love on a certain level. Yeah. Yeah, I'm of an age right now where I'm learning how to be at a certain. If you'd have talked to me 10 years ago, it would have been completely different. You know what I mean? So, like, there was nothing wrong with what he said. Like, that's the whole point of growing up, and you learn how to be, better. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100%, and probably not even 100%, but I know I'm a better man, and I know how to love my woman more now than I was in the past. I know how, and that's correcting mistakes that you've been through. Boom, you're being accountable for stuff you did before. You're fixing it now. You're doing better now. So, that guy, honestly, obviously he lacked a lot of love in a lot of areas. So he just kind of, he won't find a reason to make it make sense to him because he has
because he's gonna live a
himself.
victim. He's gonna play a victim. Jay, you know
Yeah.
what my child mama tell me, then said to me a few times. She say, like one time she seen me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? No, me and my ex, and then it was one time she seen with me and my wife where I kind of, my wife don't fuss or whatever, but she kind of, I had to, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, you tripping. You wanna know what my child mama said? She said, shit, they don't want to hold you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She'll tell me, she say, ooh, boy, they got a better you. Cause she knows.
Yeah.
So I feel Clifton. It ain't take me to 69, but everybody did. In his era, bro, listen to me. I only saw my dad cry twice in his entire life. And I never seen him really show no emotion besides them two times. And one of them was when his dang wife died. So he was, he cried. You know what I'm saying? So I totally feel Clifton, bro. Like, yeah, man, I ain't always been good at loving a woman or just loving people in general, so to speak, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My kids always call me mean, you know what I'm saying? They know I love them, but I wasn't the super nice guy, but I was always the cool dad, but cool dad could be mean. So yeah.
That a lot of that comes from like environment growing up, stuff like that. Like even like when me and Mika talk, right, and I'll tell her stuff about me growing up, our past relationships and things like that, and I know people know it, but like the effect like your upbringing can have on you. Like there's certain things about me to where, like you said it, like this generation is a lot more softer, a lot more, give me hugs, give me this, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong
I didn't
with
grow
it.
up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I grew up, I was like, I'm just more isolated in a way, and that's because of how I grew up. You know what I mean? But now, luckily, being in a situation like, and that's kind of like Cliff was saying, I'm learning how to do stuff different now from where I was at then. It don't necessarily make it wrong. It's just that's how it was back then. That's how I grew up back then. You know what I'm saying? And these kids and things are growing up different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My daughter run up to me 5 times a day. Give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug. It's a great feeling. I didn't do that when I was growing up with my parents. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not what it was. So you can definitely see the difference in things.
Let me explain. Let me give you a scenario quick and tell me what you think. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, when we're somewhere with our wife or woman, right, in public, right, and we're doing anything, going anywhere, right, vacation, hotel, amusement park, kids, whatever, right. 9 times out of 10, there's no problem, right? There's no problem. Can you imagine being Clifton Powell in the 50s and 60s, going anywhere in public with your woman, and it's normal for you to get disrespected and be little as a man in front of your woman, and you still gotta hope you go home and your woman respect you?
That's true.
Something to think about that.
Can you imagine, bro? You can't even, you gotta think twice about slapping the mess out some racist guy because you know he might take you out a lot, but you still gotta go home and be like, hey, is my wife gonna respect me, man? That man just called her, you know, blah, da, 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 da. This is normal life. How that sucker gonna sit here and try to condemn him for what you, but yet and still he on the other end whining like a little sis, and he a modern dude. He don't have to deal with none of this. He get a whole month to celebrate his pride. Meanwhile, Clifton Powell had to fight for his pride every day and sometimes walk away just to even exist. Imagine when you put in positions on a daily, or weekly, or monthly basis where pride or death. Do I stand up for my pride and die, or swallow my pride and live to see another day? Man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, that threw me out. Steve, in a rebuttal, in a response, agreement?
It's a million ways to look at it to me. And, you know, that's just how I feel on it. You know, hey, the youngster was wrong. I feel like just to, you know, hey, think about the generations before and say blame your way of loving on them. It's the way you brought it. It's just so many different ways to look at it to me.
You know, it's kind of like this, right? Like, for example, okay, so it's almost like say somebody born. Can you imagine it's like a 50-year-old trying to learn how to use a new app. You can't get mad at the man because he having a hard time figuring out, or he just getting around to.
Come on, man. You didn't have 70 years to learn how to love.
Yeah, it be like that.
You wasn't trying to learn how to love. You was just living.
Man. I think you overthinking it, man.
I say everybody gonna have their own look at it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, you say I overthink it, but I'm just saying you can only take something so far.
Yeah. But you got to count this into consideration too. This man spent majority of his life working. Working hard. And they got to work 10 times as hard as his competitor. And the price of living in California is not cheap. So you got to work 5 times as hard. You still got to pay the same amount of people that the guy that's getting the better gigs doing. You still need a manager. You still need this. You still need, like, you cannot go without him.
Him and Denzel were partners.
They were partners.
But Denzel was faithful to his wife.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. He wasn't. No, that's documented. Denzel said that his wife just didn't leave him. He had a better wife. He had a better wife.
He got another wife?
No, Denzel had a better wife.
Oh, so he steps out on her?
Yeah. Who you think Denzel is? That's Ben. Look, wait a minute. The name will tell you that. That's Denzel.
No, I'm gonna have to look that up, man. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, he didn't even say that. Yeah, nah, man. And then that's known in the industry. I'm surprised you don't know that, King. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Man,
No, I
They
knew
know
that.
what
I
they
knew there
talking
was some. I
about.
knew there was something that possibly was
yeah.
something, but I don't know if it was like an ongoing thing, occurring thing. But I'm saying like, I don't think even like, I don't think like even if he stepped on his wife, it doesn't mean that he didn't know how to love his wife. And I don't, you know, I don't want to say that because I think he knew how to love his wife, and with Clifton Powell, it's like that wasn't the important part. I think we wanted to put emphasis on it because I believe that was the landmine bomb that he put out there for that sassy ass nigga to jump on, because that's what he jumped. That's what the sassy cat jumped on.
He was ready to jump anyway.
He jumped on that to like trigger him to go as disrespectful as he wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that part of the thing.
Yeah. What triggered him was he saw his daddy who hurt his mama. That's what happened.
That could
You
be
my daddy, you hurt my mama. He was real.
I do think it takes a journey and a little while to like learn how to love, and especially like if you with somebody a long time, you gotta learn how to love somebody like every single day a little bit. You gotta learn a little bit better every year. I think that's there, you know what I'm saying? But I do agree with the sentiments of Steve, of like that's an awful long time to figure out when to stop fucking around. You know what I'm
saying? But see, that's what I'm saying. See, y'all,
I'm not saying mess
no,
either, though, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
not
that
saying
that
be
was
out here
y'all
living
picking
this,
that piece
messed
and
up
making
life
that the
with women.
totality. That
we didn't
was
make
just
nothing in totality. We just talking
why
about
you
that
keep
one little
bringing it
piece
up
to make
then.
it funny. We
But
just talking about that one little piece to make it funny, bro. And nobody talking about the totality. Your point still stands. It's still there.
Yeah, that's why I was just saying.
God damn.
It's just like, come on.
God damn, nigga can't even talk about what the nigga said. Damn,
you know
the nigga told us that he stopped fucking around today. He said, when did you stop being monogamous? He's today. That nigga said it. I didn't fucking say it.
He didn't say that.
Look, go replay the motherfucking tape, nigga.
Yeah,
replay the motherfucking tape, nigga. Replay. I'm talking like Clifton Powell right now. Replay the motherfucking tape, nigga.
He acting like Pinky. Replay the tape one more time.
Replay the motherfucking tape. That's what he said. That's what the nigga said. Shit. That's what he said. Shit. Let me drink my motherfucking yak. Drink my motherfucking yak.
Hey, don't come around this motherfucker to 10:30. Come get up to motherfucking 10 o'clock, nigga.
Rock cutting them motherfucking corners too quick. God damn it. Spilling my motherfucking
but
yak.
Look, King is funny, y'all mimicking that because you seen what I put on the thumbnail, huh? I had to put Pinky on the thumbnail. I love you, Clifton. You're a great actor, but I had to put Pinky on there, man.
Crazy ass, man.
Man, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Come on now, it's 15, 16 people in here. I only see so many likes. I need all 16 of y'all. Click the like button right now. I'm looking at it. Please click the like button right now.
What was his name in Dead Prez?
I can't remember.
That's who's gonna come get your ass. Cuddy gonna come get Cuddy gonna come get your ass, Steve.
Yeah.
I know you seen I was just talking about him in what's the Minister Society?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Come around this motherfucker. That's right. You did say that. Don't come around this motherfucker at 10:30.
Yeah, but nah, that was a good conversation. Also, man, if you want to join the channel, man, please click the link. I got book. You can book a chop it up session with me. Also, make sure you join the channel too as a member. I will send you some free merch. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna read a few chats real quick, man. Shout out to Mr. Dwayne Coleman. He say, "What's up, man? Everybody, let him know a shot." All right. And then we got another one that says Denzel Washington and his wife, and they've been married since '83. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to that power couple. You know what I'm talking about? Also, man, if y'all got something to say and you want to join the panel, that's the link. The link is in the comment section. You feel free to click on it. Let me know if you want to get on. If you do, I'll see you. I'll pop in. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, 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 sir. All right, y'all, man. That was a good conversation, man. Good insight from everybody, man. That was interesting. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, that was Dan. But that's why I put it. I said I think this was gonna bring out some good things, man. We was pretty much all in agreement. So you know what I mean? Yeah, we read through it. We also through it. Yeah. All right. So let me pause. Let me get rid of these links. All right. So man, mute your mics. Let's get into the next subject, y'all. Banner.